All right, wanted to move back now live to southern Israel as we take a live look here into Gaza City, as Israel expands its military assault deeper into the northern Gaza Strip. The IDF reporting saying soldiers killed multiple Hamas terrorists barricaded within civilian buildings and tunnels, also stopping an anti-tank missile launching post near a university in Gaza. Israeli officials say they struck more than 600 terror targets in the past couple of days.
And for that, we'll go to Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen, live now in Tel Aviv with more. Daniel.
Sean, Emma, you covered the south and the north. I'm in central Tel Aviv, standing on the campus of Tel Aviv University. There's actually some breaking news to report. Hamas terrorists have Jerusalem in their sights right now. That's about 40 miles from where I'm standing, unleashing almost 20 rockets on the capital of the Jewish state in the last hour. While not immune from rocket fire, it is unusual since Jerusalem is home to Al-Aqsa Mosque. There also happens to be a large Arab community there as well. Meantime, we're getting a better picture of the danger lying in wait when Israeli forces do launch the official ground offensive. Take a look. There's 300 miles of tunneling, some 90 yards, it's believed to be underground, full of booby traps with the potential for guerrilla warfare. It is no doubt one of the terrorists' most deadly advantages. We also know, thanks to the IDF, of an intricate network of passageways and chambers deep beneath Shifa Hospital. That's the main hospital in Gaza where innocent civilians receive medical care. Hamas uses them as human shields. It also uses mosques and schools as shields as well. At the headquarters of the hostages and missing families in Tel Aviv, a social worker believes her 85-year-old grandmother and 38-year-old cousin who were kidnapped may also be in those tunnels.
I'm just a granddaughter who's begging to get her grandma back home, and if I will stop believing, if I will stop hoping, then there's no reason to wake up in the morning, and I need to have this hope. So even though I might have different opinion with the government or with the authorities, I have to believe that they are doing their best.
Israel sent more military vehicles to the Gaza border Sunday night in preparation for the strike. That is an Israeli flag that went up. I saw this yesterday. That's the first Israeli flag that we've seen since 2005, since the Jewish people it was disengagement. They were not allowed to stay. They were literally told they had to go. Listen, Vice President Harris is saying today that the United States is not going to put American boots on the ground. And Sean and Emma, as I send it back to you in a moment, some breaking news to pass along. The airport in Russia's Dagestan Republic has just reopened after, did you see this video? Maybe you're just waking up, maybe you're on the West Coast right now in the U.S. Muslim rioters flooded the terminal and the tarmac. They were threatening to kill Jews after they learned a plane landed from Tel Aviv. It was frightening stuff. Coming up at 11 o'clock in our next hour here, National Report, I spoke with President Trump's ambassador to Israel. His name is David Friedman. He helped negotiate the Abraham Accords. He brokered the move of the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. He told me the world is upside down, and President Biden is insulting Israel by calling for a two-state solution after the atrocity we just saw Hamas perform on Israel. Sean, Emma, back to you.
Daniel Cohen, live in Tel Aviv with that story in the breaking news there. Daniel, thank you very much. Fred Fleitz is going to join us now, the Senior Fellow for America First Policy Institute, also a Newsmax contributor. Fred, thanks so much for coming on. If we could just get your response there, what we've seen unfold again in Russia at that airport, several pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas groups storming this airport looking for Jewish passengers. You've seen the Brooklyn Bridge shut down by the thousands in the same fashion and around the world. Can you explain what's happening and what could ultimately build up to?
Well, what happened in this Russian province was interesting. I've seen reports that it may have been ginned up by Russian intelligence, but you know, Vladimir Putin has to be careful because he has a problem with radical Islam in some of the southern Russian republics. They're very restive. They're likely going to protest over this. And if Putin tries to stir up opposition to Hamas, he's going to be stirring opposition in his own country. But, you know, what we're seeing is it reflects the incredible capabilities of Hamas's information operation. It knew when it launched this deadly genocidal attack against Israel on October 7th that there would be an enormous backlash after Israel retaliated. And I guess that's what we're seeing around the world right now.
We're seeing it around the world. Again, this fear that Jewish people must be experiencing. Again, if they understand a flight coming from Tel Aviv is going to be met with rioters attacking the plane, and that's to say the least of what their potential intentions could be. But stateside, Fred, I mean, when it comes to college campuses, we've seen people hold up such vile signs. We've seen people tear down the missing posters. What's being done to protect our Jewish friends here in the United States?
Well, you know, Emma, and I watched your interview with what you showed about DeSantis. This sounds like hate speech to me. And I think hate speech should be outlawed. When we have people who are advocating the killing of other human beings and destroying a state and destroying an ethnic group, this isn't something that should be tolerated on college campuses. This is not free speech. But, you know, it reflects the moral rot of the far left. This anti-Semitism, this hatred of Israel, it's been there a long time. The Squad has been reflecting that in Congress, but they are not alone. This is a problem among younger progressives and is bubbling to the surface right now. The Democratic Party has to deal with this.
Fred Fleitz joining us live with his thoughts. Fred, good to see you, and thank you for that.
Good to be here.